Hello students, welcome to Shilpi's Academy. I am Lakshmanan. I am here to handle part 2 of paper 8 strategic management, which will comprise of 40 marks in your executive. This is completely an MCQ based paper. You will have 1 mark questions and you also have negative marking for your wrong answers. 0.25 will be deducted for your wrong answers. This doesn't mean that this paper is a difficult one. Right? This is not a difficult one at all. It is very easy if you understand certain concepts. This complete paper you can segregate into certain concepts and explanations. If you are clear in that, it is very easy to clear this paper. Right? From our side, from Shilpi's Academy, we will provide the practice questions as many as, right? For your practice, if you are clear with those concepts and this MCQs, it is very easy to get more than 30. Right? We assure that you can get more than 30. We'll also provide personal mentoring session. We'll also guide you in each and every steps. Now we'll look into the syllabus of strategic management. It has 6 units, right from introduction to management, introduction to strategic management, and business policy and formulation of functional strategies. This first one, chapter 10, introduction to management, is completely from your CS foundation part. What is management? What are the different theories? Right? Small concept. It is a very easy one. And the second comes the introduction of strategic management. What is strategic management? Why is it required? All those concepts will be dealt here. And in the paper, unit number 12, business policy and formulation of functional strategy. In this, you will have vision, mission statements, what are the objectives, how to formulate the strategies, functional strategies, and different forms of strategies you will be learning. And in unit number 13, you have strategic analysis and planning. What is strategic analysis and planning? In this, you'll have different concepts, different matrices, Iger-Ansef matrix, BCG growth share matrix, GE model, right? ADL matrix, different matrix, unique in their way and also easiest one to score. Some of you might have a feeling like this unit is full of concepts. How can I remember this? But it is an easy one, small, interesting concepts, right? In unit number 14, we'll have strategic implementation and control, implementing the strategies and controlling it. And finally, you'll have this analyzing aspect, which will have a BPR, business process reengineering, benchmarking, total quality management, Six Sigma. Easiest concept. Six Sigma is an unique concept. Benchmarking is like setting a standard and matching it how it is, and how the total quality of the management, all those aspects will be done in chapter number 15. We have 6 units. Each and everything is unique and easy. If you remember certain concepts, it is easy to clear, right? A theory paper, complete theory paper with practical oriented thing. People who are interested in starting a business, if you have this knowledge, it will also be better, right? To start your business and be a successful entrepreneur. Fine. Now, in this session, I would like to teach you a small topic from this syllabus. I have chosen Ansef product, market, growth, matrix. The name itself shows that it is about the product and market and its growth. This matrix was developed by Iger-Ansef. Right? This is also called as 4 ways to grow a business model. There are 4 ways. Ansef has given 4 ways to grow a business model. Right? It first appeared in Harvard Business Review in 1957. 2 things we'll be concentrating in this: the products and the markets. We'll have either current product or new product, and current market or new market. These are the 2 things which we'll be looking. These are the 4 growth options. We have 4 growth options. You should remember this: market penetration, product development, market development, and diversification with their things. Right? Market penetration, it is about the current products and the current market. We have a current product now. I also have the current market. I wish to develop the market level. That is market penetration strategy. Product development. So I am going to develop a new product here. Product is developed, right? So we are going to this new product in the current market itself. Market development is current product, and into the new market. Diversification is completely diversifying into a new product and a new market. One by one, and each and every option we will see in detail, right? Here you have the picture graph of Ansef matrix. Once we complete the options, it will be very clear. First, we'll go to the options. First is market penetration. This is nothing but we are penetrating the existing market, right? How can we penetrate? We'll focus on the current customers first to understand the taste and preferences, how to enhance them and buying the product, right? That is the first one. Next, customers, we'll be focusing the customers who are also the current customers, but they are buying some other competitors' products. We'll focus on them, how to make them buy our product. Okay, that is the second option. Third option is people who are interested in buying or like who are in need of buying, but they are not buying our product. Can you make it clear? Like they are interested in buying our product or they are requiring our product, but they're not buying it. These three areas should be concentrated for this market penetration, right? This market penetration helps you to achieve a higher market level, right? Enhancing the market, right? Can you make, am I making it clear? This market penetration is completely about developing the market, right? Existing market is enhanced. Clear? There are some difficulties in this. What could be the difficulties? If I am already in a high market share, what will be my opportunities? It will be limited, right? So that is a drawback in this. And when there are different strategies, competitive rivalries will also be there. There will also be some difficulties in matching those things, right? And if I am going with this one product market segment, the concept will be like all eggs in one basket. That will be the final thing. This will also be a negative or like downside of market penetration strategy. Next, we have product development strategy. What is this product development? Developing the product, right? Product is being developed. In product development, businesses continue to focus on the needs of existing customer base and also widen customer market they represent, but they seek to understand their underlying needs so they can see opportunities for new products. So I'm aiming for new products with the existing customers. How can I do that? If I understand the requirements of my customers, I can go for the new product. What is their requirement? Finally, what will be the output? Here comes this one-stop shop. If you enter a particular shop, you'll get an idea of what is required. Right? That is the idea behind this product development. One-stop shop. You can remember this one-stop shop. Next, we have market development. Entering into new market, right? I already have some products. I'm going to some other market for my existing current product, right? How can I do that? For that, I have to develop my market, right? Marketing channels, marketing structures to be developed. I should enter into new market segment. Some of the market segment might be avoided in the earlier time, right? That might be because of this pricing policies or whatever it may be, but I should include those market segment into my thing, into my business. That are the ways to develop this market development. I have given like opening up previously excluded market segments. How can I include like discount for students, discount of this age group, so that the market will be enhanced, right? Automatically the market will be developed for my product, right? Existing products get developed, marketing gets developed. New marketing and distribution channels. I should select some new marketing and distribution channels. Entering new geographic markets by moving from local to regional to national and finally international. If I am in a city based, I should develop to this state based, state to nation, national to worldwide. This also helps in developing the market. This is the third option, market development. Next comes this option for diversification. This is the most controversial one. Why? I'm going to new product and the new customer base, new market and new product. I'm diversifying, I'm entering into entirely a different one. That is diversification. How it can be? It can be either diversification into related markets, diversification into unrelated markets using existing resources and capabilities, diversification into unrelated markets which require new resources and capabilities. These three things. First, diversification into related markets. I'm okay with this. I'm entering into some related markets, right? I'm okay with this. I have understood this market concept. I'm entering into it, right? Customers and products are both new. There is a logic about move that makes a sense to the outside world. I'm okay with the current market, right? Market I am aware. Customers also I am aware. But I'm entering into new thing. I'm aware, right? I know something related to that. That comes under this related market. Diversification into related market is nothing but they are new, but I'm aware of entering into new thing. Next comes is unrelated markets, not at all related to me. I'm nowhere aware of this market, but I can make use of my existing resources and capabilities. That is the different scale. In the first one, related thing, I'm okay with this. I'm already related to somehow or the other. I'm related to that market. But the second thing, it is completely unrelated. What can I make use of? I can make use of my existing resources and capabilities. What is the third one? Diversification into unrelated markets which require new resources and capabilities. My resources and capabilities are to be developed. I have to learn something, then I have to adopt in this. That is the third thing. Entirely new thing. These three things are involved in this diversification. Right? This diversification is mostly like a suicide cell because I'm entering into new thing, right? Which I'm not aware earlier. That might be even the related market, but my customer base and products are new, right? I'm entering into new thing. Market is related, but products and customers are new. I might have learned about them, but it is new, right? It is also mostly a suicide cell. These are the four aspects in diversification and three aspects in diversification. And in diversification also, it is a little bit risky, right? I'm entering into a new field. I might be successful, may not be successful, right? There is no surety of success, right? This is also a risky one. Now we come to the picture again. See, now it is clear, right? Existing markets and existing product, it is market penetration. I'm having the existing product and market, but I'm going to develop it, enhance the market. Existing product but in a new market, I'm going to develop the market. It is market development, right? If it is new products but it in the existing market, I'm developing the product, so it is product development. New product and in the new market, it is completely diversified, right? So it is diversification, right? Clear with this thing? Clear with this picture? Yes, this is the complete idea of the ANSEF matrix, right? Thank you guys. This is the session. I was willing to explain you about a particular concept, and again I'm reiterating it. If you are interested in joining it, you have the number here. Call to that number. You can enroll for the CS executive course, right? You'll have a link in the chat box. Click it. You can enter the WhatsApp group. You'll have the doubt clarification sessions, right? Thank you guys. We'll meet you in another session. Thank you.